Hey guys, thanks for dropping by. Today I'm going to be drawing two of my characters from my webcomic, Mythic Creature Trainer, and I've actually got a Kickstarter on May the 20th. And some of these sketches, like this one here that I'll be drawing, will be some of the rewards in the Kickstarter. So here are two of my characters, Griff and Ulrich, and I'll be sharing with you a little bit about how I draw them. All right, let's go. I'm just going to really speed through this first bit because obviously my camera isn't picking up the page that well, and so there's no point really dwelling on this because you can't see the pencil lines that I'm laying down, but I'm really trying to just record some really rough impressions of the characters. I'm building out their forms, I'm showing where all the important bits are, their eyes, their bodies, their feet, and how they're interacting with each other. I want Ulrich, the human character, to be really leaning in and showing his concern for his friend, his pet Griffin. And the Griffin is kind of staring back at him. He's quite nonchalant. He doesn't really get the, why Ulrich is being so earnest at this point. So he's just kind of sitting there comfortably looking at his master, who is pouring out his heart to him or trying to explain something to him. Now you can see I'm laying in the inks. Is using my Pentel Brush Pen. It's just a fantastic pen. You can get them on eBay. And you can see there as I'm using it, I'm thinking about the thick and thin lines. So I'm really underneath his arm there, like I'm drawing it a bit thicker to suggest a little bit of a shadow underneath. Anywhere there's a curve, I like to introduce a bit of thickness to the line. And I really just like the way that this has come out. Just Griffin is sitting there with his paws crossed. He just couldn't be more comfortable and is just totally relaxed while Ulrich is talking with him. And you can see in Griffin's feathers, I'm trying to mix it up a bit. I've got some thinner feathers and thicker feathers. The last thing you want is just everything the same, so you want different sizes. When I'm drawing, I'm always thinking about ways I can vary it up a bit, ways I can contrast shapes and sizes of shapes and flat and curves against each other. And I'm also thinking about, as I'm drawing, I'm thinking about the way that the characters are interacting with the ground. So I'm thinking about anything they touch. So Ulrich touching Griffin's face, I'm thinking about how he would interact with his pet. His knee on the ground and his foot on the ground, I'm thinking about the weight they'll be pushing down there. Also thinking about, you can see Griffin's back foot there, and it's just squashed flat against the ground. I'm really trying to get an impression of that bulk of this gigantic lion bird that's sitting on the ground, and his foot is taking a little bit of weight, not too much weight. And so these are the kinds of things I'm thinking about. What I'm going to do next is, I'm testing out some of my Touchnew marker pens. Now I've had these for a couple of years and I was a little bit disappointed. I bought these online and a lot of them just didn't work or dried out over the next few weeks that I had them. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just sort of testing out, here's some good colours for Griffin. Do they work? Fortunately, a lot of the colours that I want are working, but I'm going to skip ahead a little bit now. I won't bore you with... see, there's one that dried out. That's useless. Chuck it in the bin. Here we are. I've tested out all my colours. I think I've got all the colours I need to colour these characters. So I'm just going to start laying in the brown there of Ulrich's cowl, and I haven't got a too dark a brown, but I'm actually feeling pretty good that I found one that suits the colour that I've given him in the comic, the colours of his outfit. I'm going to speed this up a little bit so you don't have to watch it in real time. Probably all up, sketching out, inking and colouring this picture took about 30 to 40 minutes, I'd say. If I didn't have to test all of the colours, it probably would have gone by a bit faster. But now we're looking at this at about 4 times actual speed. So I'm laying in chunks of colour, and I'm trying to get the whole thing coloured in while the colour's still wet. So that's the key to using markers, is you want to use wet on wet, otherwise you get these ugly patchy effects. If you try and go in later and fix it up a bit and it's dried, then you can, it just doesn't look very good. I made a mistake here. I was pretty annoyed at myself. His pants are supposed to be like that pinky orange colour, and his belt is brown. I don't know why I made that mistake. I think it must have been the pressure of working with the camera. That's what I'm putting it down to. Anyway, next time I draw Ulrich, I'll get his colours right. Okay, don't know what much else to say about this. I'm just going to let it play out. And look, if you've got any questions or comments at all, please put them in the comments section on the YouTube here. And yeah, like and subscribe, guys.
So thanks for watching. Just before I let you go, just thought I'd let you know some of the materials that I use in my drawings. So here's some of the markers that I use. These are called Touchnew markers, and I think you can get them online. Most of them that I got in this batch, they dried out, so they weren't the best quality, but they were cheap, and you can see that the results aren't bad for what you get. And the pen that I use, the brush pen, is a Pentel Brush Pen. These are great. You can buy refillable cartridges for these. And the pencil I used for drawing was a Carmine Red COL-ERASE pencil. These are Pentel COL-ERASE pencils, and these are fantastic. You can just sweep over them with an eraser, and they're fantastic. And this is the eraser that I use. It's just a putty eraser. Alright, thanks again for watching, and see you next time.